two poor twin sisters are kicked out of the party, and that's when the secret is revealed. Anna and Sophia lived with their grandmother. Their life wasn't affluent, but it was always filled with love. One afternoon, Anna held a letter in her hand, her eyes wide open in surprise. "Look, a party invitation. It even has both our names on it." Sophia excitedly held it out in front of Anna. Anna was sitting on an old wooden chair, frowning. "A party? Who would invite us?" "It's from Bella. Don't you remember? The rich girl from our school." Their grandmother, Rose, paused her sewing, her eyes momentarily filled with worry. "Rich people aren't kind for no reason. You girls must be careful." Anna looked at her grandmother, then turned to Sophia. "But Grandma, this is an extravagant party in a magnificent mansion. We've never had an opportunity like this." Sophia was still unsure. "What do you think, Anna? Should we go?" Anna bit her lip, torn inside. But curiosity won over. "We can't miss this. It's just one night. It'll be fine." Grandma Rose sighed. "If you girls really want to go, then be careful. But remember, honor is more important than any party." With no money to buy new dresses, Anna and Sophia searched through their grandmother's old wardrobe. "Will these two dresses do?" Sophia held up two vintage dresses, their colors slightly faded with time. Anna smiled. "We just need to fix them up a little. They'll be beautiful." The two sisters diligently sewed, washed, and carefully ironed the dresses. They put on light makeup and tidied their hair neatly. When they stood in front of the mirror, Sophia laughed. "You look like a high-class lady." Anna laughed along. "And you look like a princess." As night fell, they stood in front of Bella's mansion gates. Yellow lights illuminated a splendid scene. Luxurious cars lined up closely, and guests stepped out in glamorous gowns and suits. Anna swallowed hard. "Should we really go in?" Sophia gripped her sister's hand tightly. "There's nothing to be afraid of. We have the right to enjoy a wonderful night." They stepped inside and immediately felt the difference. The room glowed under crystal chandeliers, soft music played, and the guests carried themselves with pride. Eyes instantly turned toward them. Whispers followed. "Who are they? Look at those dresses. They're definitely old." A blonde girl, Valerie, smirked. "Who let those two beggars in here?" Anna and Sophia stiffened. Bella, the host of the party, strode towards them with a fake smile. Well, look who's here." "Anna and Sophia. You really came." Anna nodded, trying to stay calm. "Thanks for your invitation." Bella covered her mouth and giggled. "Of course. I just wanted to make sure everyone could enjoy this party." Around them, laughter erupted. Anna squeezed Sophia's hand, feeling the atmosphere grow increasingly uncomfortable. A tall young man, Brian, glanced at them from head to toe and sneered. "Seems like we have special guests tonight. Do you see that?" Valerie tilted her chin. "Dresses like those, so inappropriate." Anna took a deep breath. "We came here to join the party, not to be looked down on." Bella pretended to be startled. "Oh, no need to be so tense. Come on, let's all appreciate the appearance of our two new ladies." In the grand hall, Bella suddenly raised her hand and called out loudly. "Attention, everyone." The music slowed. Everyone turned to look. Bella wore a cunning smile. "We have two very special guests tonight. I think we should welcome them properly." Then she turned to the security guards. "They don't belong here. Take them out immediately." Laughter burst out around them. "What?" Sophia's eyes widened. "They are not allowed in," a burly guard said, stepping towards them. Anna was stunned. "This is a joke, right?" Bella feigned regret. Sorry. This party is for the upper class. The guard grabbed Sophia's arm. She screamed. Let me go. Anna tried to pull her sister back but was shoved aside. Trash like you, get out, a young man yelled from the crowd. Look at them. Pathetic. Valerie laughed out loud. They were pushed out of the mansion. The gate slammed shut. Behind those doors, the music resumed, as if nothing had happened. Sophia clung tightly to Anna, tears streaming down her face. Why are they so cruel? Sophia clenched her fists, her voice trembling. Sis, we shouldn't have come here in the first place. From afar, a shadow stood silently in the darkness, watching. Darkness covered the street as Anna and Sophia walked quietly. The cold night wind made them shiver, but it was nothing compared to the humiliation crushing their hearts. Sophia sobbed. I don't understand, why do they treat us like that? Anna gritted her teeth, her voice bitter. Because we're poor. In their eyes, we're nothing but trash. Suddenly, a hoarse voice called out from the darkness. Girls, wait. They turned around, startled. An old woman with white hair, a face full of wrinkles but sharp eyes, stepped out from the shadows. It was Helen, the longtime maid of Bella's family. Anna's eyes widened. You're. Helen glanced around hurriedly, her voice lowered as if afraid someone might hear. I don't have much time. You girls, you're not the poor nobodies they think you are. Sophia frowned. What are you saying? Helen gripped Sophia's hand tightly, her eyes serious. You belong in this world. Anna's heart pounded. What do you mean by that? But before Helen could answer, a shout came from the mansion gates. What are you doing there? A young servant ran over, his face pale. Madam Helen. They're looking for you. You're not allowed to leave the house right now. Helen panicked and immediately let go of Sophia's hand. Go, before someone sees you. Be careful. Don't believe what they've told you. Anna quickly asked. Madam. What should we believe? But Helen was already turning back, hurrying towards the mansion. The young servant frantically followed her. Anna and Sophia stood frozen, their minds in turmoil from the cryptic words. Sophia worried. Do you think she knows something? Anna clenched her fists, a growing sense of unease spreading inside her. Tomorrow morning, we have to go find her. That night, neither of them could sleep. Helen's words echoed in their minds like a haunting refrain. Sophia tossed and turned. What do you think she wanted to tell us? Anna didn't answer right away. She sat by the window, looking at the faint moonlight outside. I don't know. But there's clearly something she wanted to say but couldn't. Anna murmured. We don't belong in this world. Suddenly, there was a noise outside the window. Anna quickly turned around. A shadow flickered past the porch. Sophia gripped her sister's hand tightly. Did you see that? Anna nodded, her heart pounding. She gently pushed Sophia behind her and grabbed a small wooden stick nearby. Who's there? Anna called out loudly. There was no reply. But a small piece of paper was slipped through the door crack. Anna looked at Sophia, then slowly picked it up. The note was hastily written in shaky handwriting. Don't go back to the mansion. They won't leave you alone. Leave here while you still can. Sophia trembled. Who wrote this? Anna bit her lip, her eyes fixed on the writing. Maybe Helen. Sophia shook her head. But if she wanted to warn us, why not say it directly? Anna stared out into the dark night. She had a feeling that whatever this secret was, it wasn't simple. The next morning, they left the house early. Bella's mansion appeared before them, as grand as a fortress. Anna held Sophia's hand. Let's go. But as they approached the front gate, they noticed something unusual. The servants were gathered together, chattering anxiously. Sophia asked a young maid, Mariana. What's going on? Mariana turned around and sighed. Madam Helen, she's been fired. Anna was stunned. What? Mariana nodded. It happened this morning. The master gave the order. Sophia grabbed Mariana's hand tightly. Do you know where she went? Mariana shook her head. She left right after being fired. No one knows where she went. Anna looked at Mariana, her eyes pleading. Do you know why? Did she say anything before she left? Mariana glanced around, then lowered her voice. I heard she spoke with someone last night, and then this morning, she was fired immediately. Anna's heart tightened. No way, was it because of them? As they left the mansion, an uneasy feeling crept into their hearts. Sophia worried. Sis, I don't think this is just a coincidence. Anna nodded. Someone definitely doesn't want her to reveal the truth. But before they could think any further, a car horn sounded behind them. They turned around. A black car stopped right in front of them. The door opened. Two men in suits stepped out. The tall man with sharp, cold eyes spoke in a deep, gravelly voice. Are you Anna and Sophia? Sophia instinctively took a step back. Anna tried to stay calm. Who are you? The man smirked. We're here to give you a warning. Forget everything you've heard. This isn't your business. Sophia tightened her grip on Anna's hand. What if we don't forget? The man chuckled coldly. Don't make us use force. Anna felt a chill run down her spine. She stared at the man, trying not to show fear. We don't know what you're talking about. The man was silent for a few seconds, then signaled to the other. Good. Keep it that way. They returned to their car. The vehicle sped off, leaving a faint trail of dust behind. Sophia took a shaky breath. Who are they? Why are they threatening us? Anna clenched her fists. Things were getting far too dangerous. The night wind blew stronger, bringing with it a biting chill. Anna and Sophia stood frozen in the middle of the street, their hearts pounding after the threatening encounter with the strange men. Sophia gripped her sister's hand tightly, her voice trembling. What do we do now, Anna? They know our names. Anna bit her lip, trying to stay calm, but her hands were trembling slightly too. We can't go back to Bella's mansion. There's definitely something they're hiding, and we've stumbled upon a forbidden secret. Sophia shuddered. Do you think Madam Helen's in danger? Anna nodded. I'm sure of it. She wanted to tell us something, but they stopped her. Sophia glanced around. The street was eerily quiet. Sis, should we go home? Maybe we should just forget about this. Anna turned to her, eyes resolute. No. If we walk away now, everything we went through last night will have been for nothing. Sophia stayed silent, but she knew Anna was right. Suddenly, in the distance, a black car glided by, then slowly stopped. Sophia gasped and tugged on Anna's arm. Sis. It's the same car. They're following us. Anna said nothing, her eyes locked on the vehicle. The man from earlier was sitting in the driver's seat, but this time, he didn't get out. Sophia whispered. We have to run. Anna nodded. Stay calm. Walk fast but don't look scared. They turned around and tried to walk normally. But after only a few steps, the sound of the engine roared behind them. Sophia screamed. They're chasing us. Anna grabbed her sister's hand and sprinted into a nearby alley. They darted through the narrow streets, their legs burning as they ran. Tires screeched on the road behind them. Anna glanced back. The man had gotten out of the car and was running after them, his heavy footsteps pounding closer. Faster, Sophia. Don't stop. Sophia was gasping for air, tears streaming down her face. We're not going to make it. We don't even know who they are. Anna clenched her teeth and pulled her sister into a narrow side alley. The footsteps behind them grew louder. Suddenly, a small door swung open. An arm reached out and yanked them inside. The door slammed shut, plunging them into darkness. Anna and Sophia panted heavily, their backs pressed against the cold wall. The room was tiny, lit only by a faint light from the corner. A voice spoke. You girls really have no idea who you're up against, do you? They both jumped and looked up. In front of them stood a young man with messy brown hair and sharp eyes that held a worried look. Anna frowned. Who are you? I'm Luke. Sophia's eyes widened. Luke? Bella's friend? Luke gave a slight nod, folding his arms as he leaned against the wall. I didn't expect you two to get dragged into this. I didn't want to get involved either, but I can't just stand by anymore. Anna stared at Luke, full of suspicion. What are you talking about? Luke sighed and stepped closer. Do you know why Bella hates you two so much? Sophia shook her head slightly. Luke gave a bitter smile. It's not because you're poor. It's because you're a threat. Anna narrowed her eyes. What do you mean? Luke reached into his coat pocket and pulled out an old photograph. Take a look. Anna took the photo, her hands trembling slightly as she stared at the image of two newborn babies lying in a crib, held by a woman. Sophia whispered. Who is this? Luke lowered his voice. The woman in the photo, she's your birth mother. Anna's heart clenched. No way. Luke continued. You're not orphans. You're not outsiders. You are part of the Bella family. Sophia shook her head repeatedly, tears spilling from her eyes. No. This can't be true. Luke placed a hand on her shoulder, his gaze serious. I know it's hard to believe. But if you don't trust me, find out the truth yourselves. Anna stared at Luke. Why are you helping us? Luke took a deep breath. Because I've seen enough of the terrible things the Bella family has done. Outside, footsteps echoed. Luke quickly pushed them into a darker corner. Listen, if you want to survive, don't let them catch you. I'll be in touch. Go now. Anna and Sophia nodded, then slipped out the back door, disappearing into the night. They ran and ran until they couldn't breathe anymore. They stopped in a narrow alley, leaning against the wall. Sophia burst into tears. Is this real, Anna? Who are we? Anna took a deep breath, clutching the photo tightly. I don't know. But one thing is certain, we can't go back to the way things were. Sophia trembled. If we really belong to that family, why do they want to erase us? Anna looked at her sister, her heart full of confusion and fear. But she knew one thing. The answer couldn't be simple. Sophia sank to the ground, holding her head, her breathing ragged. Anna clenched the photo tightly, her mind spinning with everything she had just heard. This can't be. We can't be part of the Bella family. Sophia looked up, her eyes red. Do you think Luke is telling the truth? If he is, why didn't Grandma ever tell us? Anna bit her lip, her heart in turmoil. But there was only one person who could answer that. She stood up and grabbed Sophia's hand. We have to go ask Grandma. Sophia shook her head slightly, her voice full of worry. What about those men? They're watching us. Anna looked around. We'll take a different route. Come on. They made their way home just before dawn. The small house was dark, with only a faint light flickering from the kitchen. Grandma Rose was sitting at the table, her hands trembling as she held a cup of tea. When she saw them walk in, she immediately stood up, her face full of worry. "Where have you girls been all night? I was so worried." Anna clenched the photo in her hand and slammed it on the table. "Tell us, Grandma. Who is this?" Grandma Rose froze. Her eyes widened when she saw the photo, her hands shaking. Sophia looked at her, her voice choked. "We met Luke. He said the woman in the photo is our birth mother. He said, we belong to the Bella family." Grandma Rose closed her eyes and sighed deeply. She looked as if she had aged 10 years in an instant. "You already know." Anna grasped her grandmother's hand, her voice trembling. "Grandma, please tell us the truth." Grandma Rose looked up, her eyes full of pain. "Yes. You're not orphans. Your mother was the daughter of a powerful man." Sophia whispered. "Frank. Bella's father?" Grandma Rose nodded. "Frank once loved your mother. But his family never accepted a poor woman. When your mother became pregnant, they did everything they could to separate her from Frank." Anna held her breath, her hands clenched tightly. "What did they do to her?" Grandma Rose lowered her head, her voice choked. "They cast her out, and never looked for her again. When she gave birth to you two, she begged me to take care of you, before she passed away." Sophia burst into tears. "Our mother died?" Grandma Rose nodded, tears sliding down her wrinkled cheeks. "I swore I would protect you both. But I never thought this secret would come out." Anna stood up suddenly, her voice turning cold. "Does Bella know about this yet?" Grandma Rose shook her head. "No. But I'm certain her father does. That's why you were thrown out of the party." Sophia wiped her tears, her voice trembling. "So, that means, he doesn't want to acknowledge us." Grandma Rose looked at the sisters, her gaze full of sorrow. "You are the truth he wants to bury." Anna took a deep breath, trying to hold back her emotions. She turned to Sophia, her voice resolute. "We can't let it end like this." Sophia looked at her sister, her voice weak. "What are you going to do?" Anna clenched her fists. "We're going to face Frank. We're going to make him acknowledge who we are." Grandma Rose panicked. "No. You don't understand what he's capable of. He's dangerous." Anna stared straight into her grandmother's eyes. "More dangerous than the men who chased us last night." Sophia bit her lip. "Sis, if we do this, Bella won't leave us alone." Anna gave a faint, cold smile. "She's underestimated us from the start. It's time she learned the truth." The next morning, Anna and Sophia went to school as usual. But no one could have guessed what they were planning. As they walked through the school gates, they immediately saw Bella, standing with her wealthy friends. She smirked when she saw them. Well, look who's back." "The poor little girls." Valerie giggled. "At least they're dressed a little better this time." Anna didn't respond. She simply walked up and looked straight into Bella's eyes. Bella raised an eyebrow. "What's wrong? Lost your voice?" Sophia looked at Bella, her voice layered with meaning. "We just wanted to see how you'd react, when you find out we're part of your family." Bella burst out laughing. "Are you crazy?" Anna gave a faint, mysterious smile. "Ask your father. We'll be seeing him soon." Bella immediately lost her mocking smile. She stared at Anna and Sophia, her gaze flickering with a hint of panic. But then she scoffed. "You think you can change anything? Just because you have an old photo? Ridiculous." Anna shrugged. "We have more than that. You should get ready." Bella clenched her fists but said nothing more. Sophia watched Bella's back as she walked away, her voice worried. "Sis, what if she tries to stop us? Anna smiled. Then we'll make sure she can't do anything. Anna and Sophia left the school feeling tense. Their confrontation with Bella was only the beginning. The most important thing now was how to meet Frank, their biological father. Sophia asked anxiously. Do you think he'll agree to see us? Anna clenched her hands. Definitely not. But we don't need his permission. We just need to find him. Sophia frowned. Are you sure? I'm afraid, if Bella finds out, she'll do something to block us. Anna looked at her sister, her eyes cold. We have no way back. The moment Luke gave us that photo, everything changed. Sophia shivered slightly. She knew Anna was right. So, what's the next step? Anna took a deep breath, her voice firm. We're going to Frank's company. We'll confront him where he can't hide. Sophia nodded. They had no other choice. The Carter and Ferreira Corporation headquarters, where Frank was the largest shareholder, was located in the heart of the city. It was a towering skyscraper, luxurious and imposing. As they entered the grand lobby, the receptionist immediately gave them a scrutinizing look. How can I help you? Anna stepped forward, her voice steady. We want to meet Mr. Frank Carter. The receptionist raised an eyebrow. Do you have an appointment? Sophia swallowed nervously, but Anna didn't hesitate. No. But this is a personal matter. Tell him Anna and Sophia need to see him. The receptionist pressed a button and spoke softly into the phone. After a moment, she turned back to them, her gaze cold. I'm sorry, Mr. Carter doesn't meet with anyone who doesn't have an appointment. Sophia gripped her sister's hand. Anna, what do we do now? Anna stared at the receptionist, then smiled faintly. Tell him again, it's about the two daughters he abandoned as children. The receptionist's expression immediately changed. What did you say? Anna tilted her head. I'm sure he'll want to hear this. The receptionist, visibly shaken, quickly made another call. A moment later, a man in a black suit came out, his expression stern. Follow me. They were led to the top floor, into a large office with floor-to-ceiling windows that overlooked the entire city. Frank Carter stood with his back to them, exuding authority. When he turned around, his eyes were as sharp as blades. Who are you two? Anna stepped forward without fear. We're Anna and Sophia. We're here to talk to you. Frank folded his arms, his gaze ice-cold. I don't recall having an appointment with either of you. Sophia bit her lip. We don't need an appointment to meet our biological father. Frank raised an eyebrow slightly, but he didn't look surprised. So, you finally know the truth. Anna narrowed her eyes. Then you admit it? Frank shrugged. I'm not denying it. But what difference does it make? Sophia shook with anger. We're your daughters. You abandoned us without a word of explanation. Frank chuckled softly. It was a necessary decision. You wouldn't understand this world. Anna clenched her fists tightly. Necessary? What about our mother? She was cast out by your family like she was nothing. Frank was silent for a moment, then replied indifferently. That's in the past. You should forget it. Sophia's tears fell. Forget it? Do you have any idea what we've been through? Frank sighed, his tone dripping with sarcasm. I assume you've done well enough. Well enough to stand here and confront me. Anna stared at him. We don't want your money. We just want the truth. Frank gave a cold laugh. The truth? And what is the truth? Do you expect me to embrace you, apologize, and welcome you back as the Carter family's young ladies? Anna looked him straight in the eye, her voice cold. No. But you'd better be prepared, because we're not stopping here. Frank stopped laughing. His gaze grew serious. I'm warning you, don't get yourselves deeper into this. Sophia shook her head. We were thrown into this the moment we were born. Frank stared at the sisters, his eyes sharp as knives. Finally, he motioned to the security guards. Get them out of here. Two burly men approached and forced Anna and Sophia out of the office. Sophia struggled. We don't need you to acknowledge us. But we won't let you deny us either. The door slammed shut. Frank stood still in the room, his eyes dark and cold. On the way back, Sophia clung to Anna's arm, her voice choked. Did we fail, Anna? Anna shook her head, her eyes gleaming with determination. No. This is only the beginning. Sophia trembled. I'm scared, Anna. He's not like anyone else. Anna hugged her sister tightly. We won't let him destroy us again. What they didn't know was that, from afar, a black car was silently following them. As night fell, the streets became eerily deserted. Anna and Sophia walked side by side on the sidewalk, but an overwhelming sense of unease hovered around them. Sophia gripped Anna's arm tightly, whispering. Anna. I feel like someone's following us. Anna didn't reply right away. She had sensed it too, ever since they left Frank's building. Suddenly, she turned around. A black car was parked across the street. The windows were so dark that it was impossible to see inside, but Anna knew, they were still under watch by those who wanted them to disappear. We can't go home right now. If we do, they'll know where we live. Sophia's face turned pale. Then, what should we do? Anna grabbed her sister's hand and pulled her across the street, turning into a narrow alley. Follow me. We need to blend into a crowd. They ran along the alley, weaving through dark, narrow streets. The sound of hurried footsteps behind them made Sophia gasp for breath. Anna, they're chasing us. Anna clenched her teeth, pulling her sister as they turned onto a busier street. They slipped into the flow of people, trying to blend into the rhythm of the city's nightlife. But just a few minutes later, Sophia felt a chill run down her spine again. Anna, they're still there. Anna glanced quickly over her shoulder. Two men in black suits were trailing them. They weren't rushing, but their steady pace told her they weren't going to give up. Suddenly, a familiar voice called out. Over here. Quick. Anna and Sophia turned. Standing in the shadows was Luke, the only one who had helped them so far. Without thinking, they dashed through a side door next to him. He quickly shut it and pulled the curtain closed. Anna panted, bracing herself with her hands on her knees. Sophia trembled, glancing around. It was a small bar, dimly lit, heavy with the smell of alcohol. Only a few customers sat scattered about, none of them paying attention. Luke crossed his arms, tilting his head as he looked at them. What kind of trouble did you stir up now? Anna glared at him. You already know. Why even ask? Luke sighed and pulled them into a secluded corner where few people would notice. Do you two even understand who Frank is? He's not the kind of man you can confront easily. Sophia swallowed hard, her voice shaky. We just want him to admit the truth. Luke let out a laugh, but there was no humor in his eyes. The truth? You think he cares about the truth? Frank has kept this secret buried for years. He won't let you expose it so easily. Anna clenched her fists. Whether he wants it or not, the truth will come out. Luke stared at her for a long moment, then shook his head. You really have no idea what you're up against. Sophia hesitated. Luke, why are you helping us? Luke was silent for a moment, then lowered his voice. Because I've seen Frank destroy too many lives. I don't want you two to be his next victims. Anna frowned. What else do you know? We need every piece of information we can get. Luke shook his head. Knowing too much won't help you. Listen to me, leave this city before it's too late. Sophia shivered. We can't leave. We need to find out the truth. Luke watched them for a long time, then sighed. All right. But if you want to keep going, you'd better be ready to face things far worse than you can imagine. After resting for a while, Anna and Sophia left the bar, carefully checking their surroundings. The men who had been tailing them seemed to have disappeared, but they both knew it was only temporary. Sophia let out a relieved sigh. We should go home. Anna nodded. But as they turned onto the street near their house, Anna's phone buzzed. A message. Don't trust anyone. Not even the one who just helped you. Meet me at the abandoned warehouse in the West District at midnight if you want to know the whole truth. Anna felt a chill run down her spine. Sophia frowned. Who sent that? Anna stared at the screen. There was no phone number. Just an anonymous message. I don't know. But someone's watching us, and they know we're searching for the truth. Sophia shook her head. We can't go. It could be a trap. Anna was silent for a long time, then whispered. But if this is our only chance to know the truth, we can't pass it up. When they returned home, Grandma Rose immediately noticed the unease in their eyes. What have you girls done? Anna didn't answer. She handed the phone to her grandmother, showing her the message. Grandma Rose turned pale, her voice trembling. Don't go. This could be a trap. Sophia looked at her, worry heavy in her voice. But what if someone really wants to help us? Grandma Rose gripped Sophia's hand tightly, her voice urgent. I lost your mother because of that cruel family. I don't want to lose you too. Anna took a deep breath. Grandma, if we don't do something, we'll remain as if we never existed. I can't live without knowing the truth. Sophia looked at her grandmother, then at Anna. Finally, she nodded. We'll be careful. But we have to go. Grandma Rose closed her eyes, tears rolling down her aged cheeks. She knew, nothing could stop these girls anymore. The ticking of the old clock echoed through the small room. Anna and Sophia sat on the bed, their eyes tense as they looked at each other. Sophia was worried. Are we really going to do this, Anna? What if it's a trap? Anna took a deep breath, her gaze firm. We have no choice. If we don't uncover the truth now, we may never get another chance. Grandma Rose stood near the window, her face lined with worry. I don't want you girls to go. It's too dangerous. Anna turned to her, her voice softening. Grandma, we'll be careful. But we can't keep living in the dark. Sophia was still hesitant, but eventually, she nodded. All right. But if there's any sign of danger, we leave immediately. Anna smiled faintly. Agreed. Grandma Rose sighed deeply, her eyes clouded with tears. But she knew nothing could change their decision now. Promise me, if anything feels wrong, you run. Anna and Sophia spoke together, we promise. Late at night, they reached the West District industrial area. The streetlights flickered dimly, and darkness shrouded the abandoned buildings. Sophia clutched her coat tightly, shivering. This place is creepy. Anna scanned their surroundings, cautiously approaching the warehouse mentioned in the message. The rusty door creaked open, and a faint light shone from inside. Sophia whispered, someone's in there. Anna nodded, summoning all her courage as she stepped in first. Sophia followed closely behind. Inside the warehouse, a middle-aged man was waiting. His face was hidden in the dim light, but his voice rang out, serious and grave. So you've finally come. Anna clenched her hands. Who are you? The man stepped out from the shadows. It was Ray Montgomery, a former butler of the Carter family. Sophia froze. I know you. You used to work for Bella's family. Ray nodded, his gaze dark. Yes. And I know all their secrets. Anna stepped forward. Then tell us the truth. Ray studied them for a long time, then sighed. The truth you're looking for, it could change your lives forever. Are you ready for that? Anna didn't hesitate. We're ready. Ray pulled an old file from inside his coat. He handed it to Anna. Open it. Anna's hands trembled slightly as she opened the folder. Inside were documents, photographs, and a birth certificate. Sophia stared at it, her heart pounding. Our mother's name. Anna read aloud. Mariana Carter. Sophia stammered. Mother had the Carter surname, the same as Bella? Ray nodded, his voice somber. You're not just Frank's daughters, you're also the granddaughters of Bella's grandfather. The Carter family tried to erase your existence from the moment you were born. Anna stood frozen, her hands gripping the file tightly. Why? Why would they do that? Ray closed his eyes, his voice heavy with sorrow. Because you're Mariana's daughters. She was the rightful heir of the Carter family, but she fell in love with a man they didn't approve of. Sophia swallowed hard. Frank? Ray nodded. They forced Mariana to give everything up, but she refused. So they got rid of her, and hid you both so no one would ever know the truth. Anna clenched her fists, her eyes turning red. Our mother was murdered, wasn't she? Ray's voice dropped to a whisper. She didn't kill herself like the press reported. The Carter family did that to her. Sophia stumbled back, her entire body trembling. No, no way. Anna took a deep breath, staring straight at Ray. Why are you telling us this? Ray looked at the sisters, then spoke slowly. Because I've lived in lies for far too long, Ray said quietly. I can't let the truth stay buried any longer. Suddenly, a noise echoed from outside. Ray immediately stood up. We're out of time. They've found you. Anna froze. They? Ray gripped her shoulders urgently. Frank won't let you live if he knows I've told you the truth. Sophia panicked. What do we do? Ray shoved a key into Anna's hand. There's a car waiting outside. Go now. Don't look back. Anna clutched the key tightly and grabbed Sophia's hand. Come on. They ran for the exit, but as soon as they burst through the door, a group of men dressed in black was already waiting. A cold voice spoke. You think you can run? Sophia screamed, Anna. Anna pulled her sister back, but it was too late. A rough hand grabbed her and yanked hard. Everything descended into chaos. Shouts, footsteps, and then a gunshot. Ray collapsed to the ground. Anna cried out, no. Sophia sobbed, but another hand clamped over her mouth. Darkness swallowed them whole. The stench of dust and gasoline filled Anna's lungs, making her cough violently. Her head throbbed, and her vision blurred in the pitch-black surroundings. She struggled to move but realized her hands were tied tightly behind her back. Sophia? Anna tried to scream, but her mouth was stuffed with cloth. Beside her, Sophia was bound the same way. Her eyes were wide with panic as she looked at her sister. A deep, menacing voice rang out. Finally awake, are we? Frank Carter stood before them, a mocking smile on his lips. You foolish girls. I told you not to dig into the past. But you wouldn't listen, would you? Sophia thrashed, trying to yell, but the cloth gag muffled her cries. Frank motioned to one of the men behind him. The man stepped forward and yanked the gag from Anna's mouth. Anna coughed hard, then lifted her head, her eyes blazing with fury. You're a coward, Frank. You killed my mother, and now you want to kill us too. Frank sneered. I don't need to dirty my hands. Trash like you only needs to disappear. Anna clenched her jaw. You think you can hide the truth forever? Ray told us everything. The world will know what you did to my mother. Frank raised an eyebrow, his gaze suddenly colder. Ray. He's dead. Sophia shuddered, tears spilling down her cheeks. You killed him. Frank smirked. Who cares? He was a traitor. He got what he deserved. Anna stared at him, hatred boiling in her chest. You won't get away with this. Frank laughed coldly. I've survived this long. You think a couple of brats can bring me down? Suddenly, a gunshot rang out. Frank spun around in shock. The warehouse door burst open. Luke stood there, his gun still smoking. Behind him, a team of fully armed police officers flooded in. Frank Carter, Luke announced, his voice hard. You're under arrest. Frank stepped back, his expression darkening. The police? You think you can bring me down? An officer stepped forward, holding up an arrest warrant in front of Frank's face. We have enough evidence to charge you with murder, corruption, and concealing the identity of your biological daughters. You're not going anywhere. Frank clenched his fists, his face contorting with rage. Who betrayed me? Luke stepped forward, his eyes like ice. I did. Frank glared at Luke with pure hatred. You little rat. You'd betray me for these two girls. Luke gave a cold smile. Not for them. For Mariana, for Ray, and for everyone else you destroyed. Sophia sobbed, tears streaming down her face. Our mother, she didn't deserve what you did to her. Frank shook his head and scoffed. Fools. You think I'll go down so easily? Without warning, he pulled a knife from inside his jacket and lunged at Anna. You'll never see the light of day. Anna's eyes widened, but before the knife could reach her, another gunshot rang out. Frank staggered. His grip loosened. The knife clattered to the ground. A bullet had struck him in the shoulder. Luke stood firm, his gun still raised. It's over, Frank. The police swarmed in, forcing Frank to the ground and cuffing his hands behind his back. He snarled through gritted teeth. You'll regret this. I won't let you get away with this. Anna stood up, staring him down face to face. You've already lost everything, Frank. You have nothing left. Sophia gripped her sister's hand tightly, tears still rolling down her cheeks. We've won. Frank was dragged away, still cursing and screaming. But this time, no one was listening. Luke lowered his gun and sighed. It's finally over. Anna turned to him, her eyes full of gratitude. Thank you, Luke. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have made it. Luke gave a faint smile. Don't thank me. You two are the brave ones. I just helped you finish what you started. Sophia threw her arms around Anna, her voice breaking. We got justice for Mom. Anna smiled through her tears. Yes. She'd be proud of us. A week later, news of Frank Carter's arrest was all over the headlines. Billionaire Frank Carter arrested for concealing his daughter's identities, murder, and corruption. Downfall of a powerful dynasty, the scandal that shook the city. Bella had lost everything. She was kicked out of the Carter mansion, abandoned by all her wealthy friends. At the now empty mansion, she threw a newspaper to the floor, screaming in despair. No. Father can't be arrested. This is a setup. Valerie, once her closest friend, the same one who had laughed at Anna and Sophia during the party, stood with her arms crossed, smirking. Well, Miss Bella. Not the queen anymore, are you? Bella glared at her. Get out. I don't need anyone. Valerie chuckled mockingly. No one needs someone who's lost everything. The door slammed shut behind Valerie, leaving Bella collapsed on the floor. She had been officially cast out of the high society world she once ruled. But her worst nightmare was yet to come. Police officers appeared at the mansion gates. One officer spoke coldly. "Bella Carter, you're under arrest for being an accomplice in concealing the identities of Anna and Sophia Carter and for obstructing the investigation." Bella's face turned pale as she backed away. "No. I didn't do anything. It was all my father's fault." "You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used as evidence in court." The cold steel of the handcuffs locked around Bella's wrists. She screamed and struggled, but no one showed her mercy or offered protection anymore. Now, she was just another name on the long list of those who had to pay for their crimes. Somewhere else, Anna and Sophia entered a grand courthouse. They were no longer the timid girls they once were. They held their heads high, ready to face Frank one last time. The trial was public. Hundreds of eyes watched the two young women who had brought down one of the most powerful men in the city. Frank sat in the defendant's seat. His arrogant expression was gone. When his gaze met Anna and Sophia's, there was something in it that couldn't be named. Was it embarrassment, regret, or just the bitterness of defeat? The judge struck the gavel, his voice clear and resonant. The court sentences Frank Carter for murder, corruption, and concealing the identity of his biological child. He is sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. The courtroom buzzed with murmurs. Frank clenched his fists tightly, but there was nothing more he could do. Anna stared straight at him, without a trace of fear. "At last, you have to take responsibility for what you've done." Frank smirked coldly. "You've won. But remember, this world isn't fair. Are you sure you've really found justice?" Sophia squeezed Anna's hand, her eyes red but her voice steady. "We don't need your kind of justice. We just need the truth." Frank let out a bitter laugh, then was escorted out of the courtroom. This time, there was no way for him to escape. After the trial, Anna and Sophia returned to their small house, where Grandma Rose was already waiting. She opened her arms wide, gathering the two girls into her embrace. "You did it." Sophia choked up. "Grandma, Mom must be watching over us, right?" Grandma Rose nodded, tears rolling down her cheeks. "Your mother would be so proud." Anna looked toward the distant horizon, her heart filled with peace. All the suffering they had endured had finally come to an end. Luke stepped forward, smiling. "So, what now? What do these two strong girls plan to do next?" Anna turned to Sophia, then looked at Luke and smiled. "We're starting a new life. But this time, we won't let anyone decide our fate for us." Luke nodded. "Good. You both deserve that." A few months later, their lives gradually settled down. Anna continued pursuing the education she had once missed. Sophia became a social worker, helping orphan children like they once were. One day, as they sat on the porch, Sophia suddenly said, "Do you remember the first night we got invited to a party?" Anna laughed. "How could I forget? That was the night that changed our lives." Sophia took her sister's hand gently, her voice soft. "But I think, we didn't lose ourselves. We're still Anna and Sophia, whether rich or poor." Anna squeezed her sister's hand lightly and smiled. "That's right. And we have the most important thing of all, family." They looked up at the sky, where the sun was setting, bathing the space in warm shades of orange. No more darkness. No more fear. Only a bright future waiting ahead. The story of Anna and Sophia teaches us that the truth cannot be buried forever. Despite being despised and hurt, they persevered in seeking justice and the truth about their identities. Their courage, strong will, and unity helped them overcome all obstacles. It also emphasizes that justice always prevails, and those who are cruel will eventually pay for their actions. In the end, the story shows that family and love are the most precious things, not fame or money.